Hey, B. I am back. And you know what? Before we really get into what we about to talk about, let's go ahead and do this.
Not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. I'm not talking unless y'all giving me likes and 2,000 or more subscribers every week until we hit 100K. Okay? So make sure you guys are coming into the video. You're liking, subscribing, like I said. And we about to talk about loving hip hop. Now, understand your girl has been behind, but I definitely took some time off. Y'all know I wasn't feeling too good over the weekend. And I needed some more rest. Okay, so we're back, and I got a chance to binge watch Loving Hip Hop ATL episodes 1 through 5. Try and I just jotted down a few notes, like sporadic things that I just wanted to, touch on or whatever. And so we're going to get into it. So this might be a lengthy video. We'll see. Hopefully it's not more than 30 minutes, but it just may be more than 30 minutes. But, get cute and get comfy, honey, as we go ahead and get into it. Now, first things first, Rennie is still with that man that disrespected the fuck out of her on that live because he believes that she's cheating on him or cheated. And really, because Kevin Gates is rapping about her in a song and their situation between the two of them is like real old. And however old it was, if it was within this 10-year cycle, baby, you was messing with a married man. Let's be clear. But aside from that, okay. Um, Rennie not going nowhere. She's gonna continue to deal with this man. And I hate that for her. I hate that for her. I think that she with him because he may do a little bit more for the kids than their other, than the other kids' dad may do. So maybe that's why I don't understand the reasoning, but he definitely disrespected her on that live. I feel like he used whatever Kevin Gates had to say about her as a deflection from the SHI that maybe he was over there doing. It was very cringeworthy to watch him go off on her the way that he did. It was just too much, okay? And the whole time she was on live, so it made me feel like he had absolutely no problem disrespecting the fuck out of you in front of everybody and stuff. Not that he should be doing it in private either, but it was just a lot. But they're still together. Now, I will say this. They start doing ciphers, right? And in transition between some of the scenes, they're doing these ciphers, or a person is rapping one of their songs. And I can't say that I dislike this. I actually like it. Whether, I might want to say, oh, that's lame or whatever. No, when I watch the show as a whole, I feel like this is something they should have been doing from the beginning to always keep the element of hip hop in it, right? Considering the fact that it's about love and hip hop, and at times we definitely veered more away from the hip hop than anything. So I feel like that's kind of cool. That's kind of dope. Do y'all thing, right? I do feel like Rashida looks way better in her confessional than she did last season in that little shimmery thing she had with the split part in the way. She just looked old. And I don't know if she didn't get the fillers under her eyes that day or what was going on, or if she just had a poor makeup person. Or maybe she was overcoming an illness or something. I'm not sure, but she looked through. She looked toe down and through. But she looks better this time, I will say. Now, Scrappy done went and got him a new girlfriend named Brittany. I think Brittany is super cute. She's a realtor. So I'm looking forward to learning more about Brittany. All right. They seem to be really all in on each other. So good for them. His other baby mama, she's upset. Okay. Now she's upset because she feels like he moved on, or at least he moved on, or I'm sorry, let me go back. He moved her down to where she is, right? And she feels like, did I say that right? Anywho, he moved her from up north to live in the same area that he's in an effort so that he can have access to his child, right? But I think that she had a different idea in her head. And I feel like Shakira, if that's her name, I feel like that's not really smart of her to have relocated down here, understanding that you literally had a child by this man by way of a threesome. And she only kept that child, in my personal, in an effort to potentially come up and to likely gain access to, celebrityism, notoriety, or whatever, based on Scrappy, and it's working in her favor. But you was with this man by way of a threesome, and it didn't even seem like you was the real it girl for real that he really wanted to. Anywho, because I could have sworn there was a whole nother woman that he had the threesome with, that he scheduled it with. And it seemed like he may have wanted that one more than he wanted you. But unfortunately, you were the one that ended up getting pregnant. But all in all, um, I just feel like Shame on you to expect anything more than what you've already gotten from this man. Because it sounds like she was in her feelings that being that she doesn't live far from him, he spends a lot of his time with Brittany. She tries to disguise it as, oh, he don't spend much time with his son at all. He don't really be with his son. Whoop de whoop de whoop. He don't see his son. But I'm like, is it really that, or you want him to spend more time with you because now you're wanting a family? You're seeing the possibilities of things. Like, no, ma'am, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen at all. Okay, so get that out your head. Okay, now I feel like the quicker you understand that, the better you will be able to digest and process the fact that he is now with Brittany. Let it go. I'm not a fan of Shakira. Not at this moment. Okay. I like her. Anywho. So episode 2 is where Erica Banks let us in on her new relationship. We learned that she's dating a chick at this time. We learned that Rennie and Erica at this point were not cool with each other. Rennie says that she's more focused on other things right now. She got a lot of stuff to be worried about, like her relationship and her friendship with Sierra. As far as her and Erica's beef or whatever they got going on, she feels like, child, it's on the back burner. Okay. I'd rather be focused on other things. Okay. I feel like Rennie has really grown, but I want Rennie, if you still want to do music, baby, do that. Don't sit back and rely on just the checks of loving hip hop. Don't just rely on that baby daddy that you got. Like, you still can go out there and be and do whatever it is that you want. Even as a mom of 3. Now, it may not be the same journey as somebody else with no kids or 2 kids or 1 kid, but don't give up on what it is that you want. I do understand that your mother passed away and you don't have your mom, but also don't just sit back and be okay with just being somebody's baby mama, stay at home mom, or whatever. Like, if you want to go out there and get some, go get it. But if you also want to take the time to rest and relax, do that. Do that. Get your break, get your rest, mama. But also, if you want to get back to it, get back to it. Okay. So Shakira is annoying. That's number one, what I put. She feels like Scrap isn't putting in the effort, but he doesn't admit that. I'm sorry, but he does admit that she's right. Scrappy feels like she is right. She's saying the only time he really come over is when he trying to hunch. Did y'all notice that he had a robe on at her house? So I'm like, did you wake up at the girl house, or did you just put this on in the effort to go along with the storyline that y'all may be messing around? It was real weird and I don't like it, but okay. So she feels like he should be there for the baby more like she has to, because she don't got her mama. She don't have a family she could rely on. Okay. So right now he is her family. Mama D is her family by way of this baby that they have together. So, she feels like he should show up more. And I do agree with that, but I also feel like she's using the situation with the baby as an excuse, because some part of me feel like she really does want Scrap still. Yikes. Anywho, Ashley, this is Zane's baby mama. I felt like when I was seeing Ashley on camera, she just looked a little different to me. I felt like she may have gotten a nose job, maybe a lip job. And this is even before the confessional. So I think when they were sitting down at the retreat, that Jessica put together, it was something about her that looked different. And I was like, is it her nose? Is it her lips? Is she going to get fillers? Something in the face area is a bit different for me, right? But in her confessional, I love that look of Ashley. Ashley, you could tell season 2 or 3 money has kicked in for her. She's received that increase in pay because Miss Mama's hair was laid, face was beat, cute little blue outfit, whatever she had going on. Ashley looked good in that confessional. Okay. She looked great. I said, go ahead, mama. All right. Now, Bambi and Spice, they're arguing. Okay. And this is at the retreat, of course. So they're arguing. We learned that I believe was it Jessica? Jessica introduced Spice to her friend that obviously was in communication with Mendices at one point. And originally, Spice wasn't interested in meeting her because she didn't want to be a part of the mess, even though Spice stayed put herself in mess. So she finally meets the girl. The girl lets her know, like, hey, I'm Jamaican as well. So that's something they have in common. So then Ashley is like, okay, well, if you're a Jamaican, can both of y'all explain to me what does go suck your mother mean? And Bambi said, yeah, let's clear that up right now. What is this about? Is that like a diss towards the mom? What it is, girl? It's really a diss towards you more than your mom. They're just mentioning your mom, which is a bit disrespectful. Okay, so yeah, I guess that could be taken as disrespect from by your mom as well. But it was more so a diss to you than anything, right? So they're having that conversation, and Spice said, yeah, it is, a diss to you and a diss to your mama. And you know what? Bambi said, girl, let's not. We're not even going to talk about it because y'all really don't want me to turn up in this BIT. And then all I'm thinking about is Nene and Phaedra, when she said, we won't go there, but we can. Spice hit her with that. We can. Okay.
Well, we won't go there, but we can.
We won't go there, but we can. So that's the energy Spice was pretty much giving Bam. And she told Bam, well, first of all, Spice started dragging her, saying, you know, BIT, I got like, I'm on my 11th house. Okay. I'm on my 11th. It was giving elitism for me. It was giving every bit of elitist. Okay. That's just how I feel about that. So she tells her it's a shame that you're the only person up here that don't got a house. Basically, everybody on the cast have bought a house, and as long as you've been on the show before me, you still don't have a house to your name. And I'm like, girl, that is so shady. That is so messy. But some of these people, don't they live in apartments? Well, let me not say that because maybe they live in I'm thinking lofts is what they call them, but basically, you know how you can buy your own apartment. I mean, condo. That's what I'm looking for. A condo. Maybe they bought their condo or something like that. But anywho, she's going off on her, and she says that, you know, you're the only one with no house. Spice told Bam that she should be ashamed of herself. She says that you sell your body and you ain't got nothing to show for it. I said, nah, ma'am. Nah, ma'am. You know you can sit down with that. Now, I ain't never in all my years, y'all, heard, and now it doesn't mean that she doesn't do this, but I'm just saying, in all my years, I've never heard of Bambi selling her body like ever. Like, why would you say that? So I just kind of feel like Spice was putting a lie out there about Bam, and I'm just like, that is so messed up. Now, if Bambi would have said that about you, it would have been a full-on problem, and you know it. And you know it, girl. So I don't even know why you would act like that. So she was wrong. Spice was showing height, so I'm not gonna hold you. So Spice talks about how Bambi wanted her man. And Bam says, yeah, she says, I don't want nobody that you had. Okay, I don't want nobody that done slept with you. Okay, especially when he's sitting up here saying that you nasty and you stink. Yikes. Okay, that's what he told me. That's what he told me. And I'm just letting you know that's what he told me. So Spice said that she had a video of Bam and her ex chatting. And I did see that over on social media at some point. Looks like they were in the nail shop. So I don't know. Bam says that she shot a film with him and that was it. Like it's nothing of what she's trying to say that it is. So IDK, maybe he was trying to holler at Bam and Bam wasn't really giving him the time of day because she was engaged to somebody. So IDK, right? But Sierra said Spice needs to chill out on all that elitism. You need to chill out on talking about all the stuff that you got, trying to downplay this girl like that's not cool. And Spice told her, like, girl, shut the fuck up because you like to come over here with your hypocrisy all the time. All you BITs love talking about what you got that somebody else don't got. Always talk about your finances and your big bags and your businesses and stuff that you got. But now that I do it, now all of a sudden it's a problem. Okay? So go away from me with this. That's why I can't stand you BITs because y'all always trying to pull those type of stunts. So Spice says she's tired of them painting her out to be the bad guy like they do this SHI all the time. And she starts crying. And although I hate to see you cry, Spice, I'm going to be real honest with you. Girl, you are the reason. Shout out to Scotty. Baby, you the reason, okay? You and the producers are the reason people be on your arse like that. You and the producers are the reason that they paint you out to be the bad guy because that is how you operate. And I don't give a damn about them fans. They just be, oh, Spice, I stand. I said, girl, stand and keep standing. As I'm going to continue to stand. I'm standing right here. Okay? Saying what I do not like Spice all of the time. At all. If anybody gets on my nerves more than anybody on this show, is Spice. Because not even so much as that she's loud, because a lot of them are loud, right? But she be showing her arse and she be thinking that she's the only one that is supposed to. Like, I don't be understanding. Like, she be feeling like what goes for her can't go for other people. Like, I don't know. I'm not always a fan. Okay? So yeah, I don't like that. You the bad guy partly because that's how you show up. Now we meet a new artist by the name of Salma Sims, and super cute, right? In my personal, I think she's super cute. I feel like she has the typical flow that a lot of the rap girlies have. Some part of her reminds me of, is it Mona Leo or Mona Leo? I think that's how you say her name. Please forgive me. I'm not always into Mona's or Mona Leo. I'm not always into her music, but I may catch a snippet or two here or there, and she always always flows and rides the beat. When I tell you she is a beautiful girl, and I really should tap into her music a lot more. I feel like I will not be disappointed. But in all honesty, y'all, like I ain't been stunned none of the rap girlies for real. Like, you know, nobody. And I know people may feel like I love me some Cardi. I do like Cardi, and I don't care how y'all feel about it. Period. Like, who cares, right? But I ain't even been into her. Like, I ain't really been into nobody. I feel like I've been on my R&B kick. That's where I've been at. I've been over there. Like, that's where I've been over there. I've been over there, girl. I ain't even been tapped into none of the ladies, but it's been like that since last year, really, for the most part. But if I get back into that bag, I definitely need to check out her more because these two ladies remind me of each other. And y'all let me know if you feel the same way as for Salma Sims, and if not, maybe it's somebody else that she reminds me of. But Mona Leo was the first one I thought about, but maybe it's someone else too. But let me know. We learned that she's been with her husband for 8 years. His name is 24 Hours or something like that. I think he may be an artist as well as a producer, amongst other things. He ended up meeting Scrappy a while back. I guess Scrappy helped him come to Atlanta, been instrumental in him being here in Atlanta. Eventually he met his wife. They've been together for a minute. He does a lot for others, so now he's starting to put all of that energy into his partner. So I guess that's like a good thing for them. But at some point, I don't know if he should stay the manager. Like, as she continues to grow and evolve, I don't know if he should remain her manager because it doesn't always work out. And there might be cases where it has worked out, but we always hear about the non-workout cases. But definitely wishing him the best. Now, Jock is so funny to me because now all of a sudden he wants to do like a collab album. And I said, now wait a minute. When Spice wanted to do it, you didn't want to do it. And I feel like he tried to say he didn't want to be involved in the mess of it all, but at the same time, it's something about it where I think it's Spice. I think it's how Spice may show up when it comes to doing work or something. I'm not going to say he doesn't respect her as an artist, but I feel like Spice was the reason that he really didn't want to do that. But you all let me know, okay? Now, Erica and Brittany, they met last year in the section. So first of all, Erica, as in Scrappy's baby mama, the first woman he was engaged to, she's there, but she's standing off by herself while everybody else is at this function. And when I tell y'all, it was really awkward. It was really awkward. Like, cause I've been to that location before, to this little I forgot what they called it, the backyard thing. It's a super cute spot. But I'm like, girl, you like a few feet away from them. Like, why are you just standing right there? Why you just ain't go to the table where they at? But anyway, it was so weird. Like, I mean, did you get there late or something and you knew they was filming the scene and you didn't want to interrupt them? Whatever it was, everybody was standing around talking. Young Jocks wants to work on an album, I guess, featuring Scrappy, himself, as well as Salma Sims, maybe even Erica. So they're gonna do something, maybe Erica Banks. So they're gonna do something together. Oh, hell, probably Rashida too. Ain't no telling. But Rashida leaves. Her and Kurt go over there to chat with Erica, or first baby mama. Eventually, Scrappy and Brittany come over. Now, before they come over, Erica is telling what's her name? Rashida, about how she met Brittany last year. They were in the section. She was in the section of Scrap and Erica's. And Erica said, like, well, if she and Scrappy was talking at that time, then that's on her because she already saw what was going on. So basically, when Erica and Scrappy was coming to us, more so Erica trying to downplay what her and Scrap had going on and they just chilling or whatever, y'all really did have something going on at that time. Y'all really was on that type of time, And I just feel like if there is an issue, I know you're saying that's on her, but I just feel like don't take no gripe with her. At that time, I was thinking, like, don't take no issue with her at all because your problem should be with Scrappy because you keep running back and allowing him access after he done went and fucked off and married and did whatever it is he gonna do with other women. You keep being a fallback plan and then it don't never go nowhere. So if you were to feel a way about him connected with Brittany and Brittany being in your section last year, be mad at Scrap because Scrap is the problem. Not so much as her, because y'all was going around not even establishing for real, what it is that y'all had going on, even though everybody could really see what it was. Y'all were trying to play in our face just a little bit. So, I mean, I don't know. And eventually, the girl does come over there. She said, well, I'll break the ice. Hey, Erica, I'm Brittany. Nice to meet you, or whatever the case was. And she's like, oh, yeah, I met you last year in the section or whatever. But it was some type of eye thing that Brittany did that was like, girl, I'm not even going to address that type of thing. I don't know what that energy is about, but we'll see. Hopefully these two ladies can get along, because I do feel like if anybody out of the girls Scrappy has dated could get along, I definitely could see Erica and I could see Brittany getting along. Like, I could see them being friends. Now, child, whether they gonna end up trying to do a little piece of a threesome with Scrappy at some point, I don't know. But what I can say is I could see them being cool. I feel like Brittany don't give off that type of drama mess type of thing, but I could take it there. But I don't want to see her do that. Please maintain your professionalism while you're on this show, knowing that you're a realtor. Okay? Now, even though Kendra get her ass on this show and she shows out being a whole attorney and all, I guess she's more established because her clients like her work and they gonna still rock with her, period. But please don't be on here showing out like Miss Kendra or anything. Okay, don't let none of these baby mamas or nobody get you to a place where you gotta act out of character, girl, especially over Scrappy. Okay? So do your thing, show up, be cute, and get the hell on. All right. Now we back at the retreat. So at this retreat, Spice, she walks out. She got black hair and she has an orange dress on. When I tell y'all Spice looked absolutely beautiful. When I tell y'all I love when Grace walks into the room. I'm gonna start when she wear this black hair. Her name is Grace. Baby, when Grace walks into the room with the black hair, the way her beauty pops out even harder with black hair is insane. It's insane. And I understand that that's her brand for her to wear the blue hair. Actually, for one of the confessional looks with the blue hair, I thought Spice looked super cute. I was like, okay, this is pretty. I don't always like the blue hair. Sometimes it's a hit and miss. One of the confessionals was like, yes, that's it. But baby, the black hair, a face card. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Spice, can you do that just a few more times, please? Can you just lean into it a little bit more? Please and thank you, okay? Erica and Rennie, they end up patching things up. Rennie's at a place where she want to patch up everything with everybody, okay? She talks to Sierra. Her and Sierra get on a better accord. Then it lends itself to her talking to Erica. When I tell y'all, those two ladies having their conversation, sorting everything out, Rennie acknowledging her wrong. I didn't have to throw a drink on you. I didn't have to hit you. I didn't have to get to that level at all. I apologize. Baby, I said, Rennie, the growth that you have is everything. I feel like Rennie is growing. In my personal, right? I feel like she's been growing for a minute, and I think it started after she lost her mom. Even though I think that's when she did attack Erica, I think she just had a lot of unresolved feeling thing. She was just grieving, dealing with a lot. And I think she projected that onto Erica. But at the same time, she's been changing. And because she has been evolving is the reason why I don't see her relationship lasting. Because after a point, you're not going to be here for the same BS that you've been getting in that relationship. So I do see her leaving him at some point. I do. That's why I don't want her to lose sight of herself. I don't want her to lose sight of her desires. Yes, duty always calls as a mommy, but also you want to get back into the bag of rapping. So, I think being in good relationship with Queen Key, who's doing it by herself, that's an inspiration. So you're gonna be good, okay? Don't let go of your desires, your goals, your interests for the sake of being somebody sit down as at home, baby mama, whatever the case is, okay? So I just don't see that lasting, but I wish her the best, okay? But this apology she gave Erica was beautiful. She even was holding back tears. You could tell Erica was doing the same. Erica also apologized to her, and I loved it. And they both love where they are. And this is what I've wanted. I always wanted these two right here to be real friends. I don't think it's going to be real friends yet. But over time, it could potentially get to that place. To see them later on in the season interact with each other and talk and laugh, I love it. I like these two. I like these two ladies here. Okay, I do like them. All right, now Erica, you could tap dance on my nerves at times. Okay, because the arrogance is like, just chill. Ain't nobody saying that you can't think the world of yourself, but just like, it ain't even got to be like that. Okay. So Spice tells Rashida about the retreat, okay, and how she didn't like how Sierra was trying hard to stick up for Bambi because she felt like, okay, but you've talked about Bambi. Like y'all was just not cool at one point. I feel like you giving two-faced, you know? I feel like how you show up with me is one way, and then when Bambi's around, you show up completely different. And I don't rock with that. I don't like that. That's not cool, right? So that's how she's feeling. Let me see. Okay, yeah, whatever. So there's that. Now, Jasmine and Rashida relationship is getting a little better. Of course, the family went down to the Bahamas. Cannon almost could not go, but Jasmine said it's okay. I'm gonna bring him. And when she got there, she didn't have a room, so they decided to allow her to stay in their house, but on the opposite side. So Spice is over here saying that Jasmine wants Rashida's box. Now that's something that Kirk had already said as well, that Jasmine wants Rashida. Okay. And Rashida said, oh, Jasmine not getting this. She not getting this good old box right here, honey. No, ma'am. Well, let me tell you something. I made a note to say, Rashida, you saying all that, but I have a feeling that Jasmine is going to wear you down. I don't know why, but I feel like it's going to come a time and Jasmine is going to get that. I don't know why I feel or think that way. I understand, Rashida, you may not go that way. I don't know if you've done anything in that arena, but I feel like Jasmine going to wear you down, girl. I do. That's what I think. Okay. Now, shout out to my girl Onaja. Shout out to Onaja because she does make an appearance on the show. And it looks like she is doing a partnership with Sierra for their cooking seasonings. Okay. Now, Onaja, I still have a little issue with you though, girl. Okay. And although we're glad you're back on American soil and you're safe and you're sound, I have an issue with you acting like white men. Oh, what you got? I'm gonna let you know. It's still weird to me that you would take your R's all the way overseas to want to marry an 18-year-old. To me, that's a child. I feel like that's stuff white men do, and then they try to go over there and get their ass over there on 90-Day Fiance. Like, that's weird. That's weird. Can't find nobody in America to want your ass, sirs. Okay? That you have to go overseas and get a person that's going to be dependent upon you, vulnerable to you, and other things. And then marry a child from over there that you probably was talking to when they was even younger, but maybe it's legal in that country or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's weird. Like, girl, you about to fly overseas to marry somebody that's 18 years old. Like, that's alarming, especially as a woman with multiple children. Like, are you okay? But anywho, that's a little piece of a problem for me. But she showed up on the show. They got that going on. It's cool. So yeah, all right. So we get to Yandy. Yandy sounds like she was confirming to Jock's wife that Mendices was cheating. Of course, they link up at Yandy's restaurant. They're chatting, talking about all of the stuff that's been going down and how, we've already dealt with that 3 years ago when voice messages, DMs, and things started to come out. We dealt with that back in 2023 or something, she said. But she says everybody else was the problem. No, I'm saying everybody else was the problem. Y'all already dealt with that. When you saw this girl or whoever in the same DMs as your husband, when Jessica brought it to you, you tried to sit up there and tell her, oh, no, like that was me, baby. Dry your eyes. Whole time, you know how your man show up. Then you came down to the show, snapping on everybody, saying they effing with a family when the whole time, like, we already knew your nigga had you looking a fool. Ain't nobody else have you out here looking a fool and crashing out but that man. And you trying to project it and put it off on everybody else, knowing the whole time that y'all had some SHI. And I wouldn't be surprised if the SHI is really recent, but they trying to say, oh, it's old and we already dealt with it. Clearly y'all didn't. Because even after dealing with it, Mendici still wasn't wearing that ring. And even with him not wearing that ring, you tried to give a different excuse or a different something. Like, I don't know, like, it gives the wrong optics, like, like whatever it was. Whether it was him giving the wrong optics as far as not being happy, whatever it was, this situation, let you tell it had already happened. And he wasn't wearing that ring. And y'all literally came up here still playing in our faces. And this is the reason why, for me, I cannot do Yandy Smith. Okay, kudos to her success, her coming down here to Atlanta, because I personally feel like the shit she's able to do in Atlanta, she wouldn't be able to accomplish in New York. Hello? And obviously we're much cheaper. But I will give her credit on that. But Yandy has always played in the people's face. And a lot of us saw that from the moment she was on Love and Hip Hop New York. Always trying to differentiate herself from the other baby mamas as if she's better than and he loves her more and all this and that. And the other Erica that he was dating was trying to let her know, like, BITCH, you getting the same that we got. Stop playing. Okay. And here we are. So, she's always been a facader in my personal. And that's just what that is, right? So Kendra thinks that Yandy is using Kirk and Rashida as an excuse to save face because Yandy brought up the fact that Rashida and them was speaking on them in an interview that they did, right? She didn't, they didn't like that. They were speaking on the allegations and different stuff that's out there or whatever the case is. And Yandy is trying to make it seem like the Froster doing this. Girl, your nigga's doing all of this. If he was never doing anything, it wouldn't be nothing for nobody to talk about. Spice and Carly. Spice to me has cried like every episode, and I'm wondering, is everything okay? I understand, like she was upset about, people trying to blame her all the time. She was crying over the Carly situation, and it was something else that she cried about. And I'm like, is Spice okay, or she got something else that she's like really dealing with internally that maybe nobody knows about? But anywho, that's what's going on. Carly talking about her getting arrested. She said she was love bombed by her man and something about them going to get IVF. Right? So she felt like he was real when it came to the relationship between the two because obviously they went so far as to go get IVF. So I don't know, but I just feel like, Carly, baby, take a break from the marriages. You don't need to be involved in any more marriages. And I really don't even think you should date. I think you should get to know yourself. Definitely the new you. You definitely need to get to know the new you. Because the new you don't even look the same anymore. Literally. So you need to, work on your insides, squirrel. Work on your insides. So Queen Key is who we meet. And she seemed to be likable. She talks about how Atlanta is similar to Chicago if Chicago gave a fuck. Yandy says Atlanta is the land of opportunity. I said, girl, you would know. The way Yandy came down to Atlanta and started shaking and moving in the different cliques was like very interesting to me. She tried to hurry up and attach herself to different people after the whole Black Lives Matter thing. Because at first she was attached herself to Tamika Mallory because Mendices was locked up. But I don't know if she still does much prison reform after Mendices is finally out. Now she got her man. He's free now. So I don't know if she still goes back and fights for justice. And then she aligned herself to Portia first. And I feel like Portia made it easy. But when Rashida started calling that SHI out as well, like a lot of her friend group is because of me, it makes sense. I believed it. Anywho. Yeah, so they're talking about that. And I'm like, Queen Key, you seem to be a very likable person. I believe is his name something Breezy? She was dating some guy that she ended up getting pregnant by having triplets with. Now, this guy, from my understanding, also has children with Jada Chief's sister, Jasmine Chiefs, or at least a child with her. Now, for the people wondering who Jada is, Jada Chiefs is and I hope I said it right, Chiefs. She's the baby mama to Lil Baby. This guy also, I think it's something, I don't know, Mafia Breezy. I can't think of his name at this time, but he also was dating another young lady a few years back that ended up dying by suicide, from my understanding. Okay, and I do remember doing a story on that like a few years ago. So he just be out here planting his seeds, from my understanding, and then escaping responsibility. But unfortunately for her, but I guess fortunate enough, she ended up getting pregnant the first time with triplets. She has 2 boys and a daughter. So I don't see her having any more kids. To get them all out in one swoop, girl, has to be amazing. Now, it may be stressful in the beginning because you got all these different babies, you managing all these different schedules or whatever's going on. But as they get older, as they are older, I'm sure it's a bit better, a bit easier. And she probably ain't planning on having no more. Okay, so good for her. And she out here doing her thing. I've heard some of her music as well, like on the TikTok. And I think that she's a pretty good artist as well. So yeah, I just say, Key, come in. Be about your business. Don't get caught up in the hype and all of this drama they got going on, like Erica Banks or whatever. Get in and get out. Get in and get out. Do you hear me? Period. Now, Yandy asked Spice if they're good, and Spice says, we good, but I think that Spice is closer to Rashida. because Yandy was kind of caught off guard, I guess, with not realizing she was a friend to Rashida or whatever, and trying to, figure out where her friendships are. So she's trying to make sure she and Spice are good. Spice says they're good. I think Spice is closer to Rashida than Yandy. Sierra and Spice are beefing because Spice thinks Sierra is two-faced. And because she didn't like that Sierra called her out at the retreat. But really what I hear, Spice, is that you don't want to be held accountable for your whole shit. That's what it sounds like to me, especially not in front of people. Okay? Now, at some point, Salma Sims sits down with Queen Key, Jock, and Erica Banks. Salma talks about how much she rocks with Erica and would love to do music together. I think Salma was being very positive. Erica told her, yeah, you're cool or whatever like that, but I'm not interested because I don't think that our sounds match. Like how your sound is, I don't think that's the sound that I would go for. And really, Erica, that don't even sound right once I heard Salma perform. I heard the type of music she does. You trying to say this girl does ballroom type of music or whatever, runway type of music, and her music isn't too far off from yours. So what is the real issue? Salma feels like it's a 1501 issue, and Erica tells her you're delusional. So I guess Salma is connected or signed to 1501. I don't know the connection there. But what's the real reason? It sounds like you may have another issue with her. Erica is like, well, no, we was cool. Like, we was cool at one point, but like, girl, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I just don't like your sound. And honestly, I do feel like Erica said it in an honest way that a lot of other people don't say. What they're going to do is continue to blow you off, make you think that they're working with you, but they're going to kind of like brush you off, whatever the case is. I feel like Erica was being a little too honest, and I don't think that Salma was able to really take that in the moment. I think she was shocked and she was surprised, so much so that she started to, throw shade at her career and say something about the stripper music working out or the stripper thing antics are working out because the music's not. Right? That was extremely shady. And yeah, that was crazy. So they started having a back and forth, and she started talking about her BBL and all of this stuff. And then Erica was saying something about how Salma don't got as much as she got. She's on season 3, you're on season 1, basically trying to say I make more money than you, similar to the Spice thing. And I'm like, Erica, you don't know what that girl got. She may have sync opportunities that you know nothing about that's bringing in bags. So you don't know what she got going on. So as I sit back and look at everything, I didn't really like how Erica handled Salma. But then at the same time, I feel like they both could have been wrong because Erica was being honest. Salma couldn't take the honesty. Salma started throwing shade. Erica threw it right back. And here we are. So everybody's not going to want to work with you. Everybody's not going to be honest about not wanting to work with you either. So it is what it is. Now, Carly is getting ready to go turn herself in, and she upset because her daughter would not show up. And I just did not like the fact that Carly was really trying to guilt trip her daughter. Like, I thought you were going to be here. I just felt like she was projecting onto her daughter. And I'm like, your daughter now has her own child that she has to take care of and look after. So I understand her wanting her daughter to be there for support. But at the same time, it was something that I didn't really like about it at the same time. But I understood Carly saying, dang, I thought you would at least come with me to make sure that I'm okay, because I would never do you like that. I'm going to come with you to make sure my child is okay. But for you to not at least come and show up to make sure that your mom is okay, like, wow, like that really blows me. Like, I'm disappointed. And I'm not going to say Carly she shouldn't be disappointed. But at the same time, I just feel like you putting a lot of weight on your daughter when it ain't her fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't her. Like, that showcase, I don't know. It was somebody. But they did make up. Her daughter was very apologetic. She said she was sorry. She gonna be there for her. Cool. It is what it is. But she was able to walk right up out that courtroom, though, because she said that her attorney was able to work something out. She was able to get up out of there. However, she still could get indicted at any moment because it could take a few months up to a few years for that to happen. Now, Bambi's working on her music, looking amazing. Okay, she's doing a music video shoot. She looked great. Zell come up there being messy, asking about Carly, saying, okay, first of all, they were talking about Carly and her man. He was like, you need to show Carly how to keep a man or whatever. So Bambi's fiance was like, oh, he was a good dude. And then Zell said, wait a minute now, don't do that, because when you start up here agreeing with a cheating man, then we're going to start thinking that you won, okay? Then he says, and speaking of cheating, like, hell, if I was that man, I'd be cheating too if I had to marry an elderly woman. Baby, I fell out. I said, no, you did not call this lady an elderly woman. So he's still beefing with everybody, okay? Of course, he got tea on Mendices. This girl been dropping voice notes and everything. So he's just ready to expose people, child. Yandy says that she and Mendices dealt with the voice notes and cheated in 2023 and says that they didn't think anyone else needed to know. But y'all be ready to discuss everybody else's business, though. You didn't think that nobody else needed to know, but you're on this show? Huh? Girl, if this don't sound like some Robin Dixon type of shit from Real Housewives of Potomac, like, pack them up. Pack up the Smiths, or the Harrises, I'm sorry. Pack up the Harrises. Okay, so Yandy says that she's not in the business of keeping no man that doesn't want to be kept. Girl, stop with the lies that you tell, because you've been in the business of keeping this nigga since you got with this nigga. Okay, you've been in the business of keeping him so much so that you needed to lie to us about y'all being married. Another lie that we've caught Yandy Smith in, okay? Saying that y'all was married whole time that y'all really weren't. And then now, for people that love Yandy and want to flip it and be on something, oh, well, it's a good thing my girl was actually smart. She was smart for not marrying that man. Oh, good thing for her. She was so smart, okay? Because who want to get tied to that? She's still tied to him because she got them damn children by him. Like, huh? Good thing she ain't really marry him for real, yada, yada, yada. Well, she might as well. She got his kids. Okay? Might as well. She went so far as to make us think that they was damn married. But in all honesty, like I told y'all before, I feel like they are not married because Mendice's ass doesn't want to be. For real. That's what I think. Okay? And I could be wrong, and that's fine. Now, Yandy and Mendices talk about the news, and Mendices says they lying on him and people created a story. Baby, Yandy said, please never say that. I said, yeah. Because y'all really sitting up here trying to get y'all lies together or whatever. And it don't sound right. How did they create a story based on your voice? And that's what she had to tell him, like it was your voice on there. Like, what are you talking about? Like, please don't say that. I said, yeah, y'all been putting up a facade for so damn long that you thinking you just saying the people creating a story is going to work. Because that's what y'all always do. Everybody else is the problem. Like, cut it the hell out. Like we dumb. The way y'all been sitting up here gaslighting the public is crazy. So Scrappy asked Mendices about being married to Yandy. Mendices never answered the question about not being married to Yandy. He did bring up the cheating, though. He's talking about my cheating and says he won't address the cheating and thinks Yandy cares too much about what the people think. Yeah, she do. Mendices bring up Kirk and how the Frost are playing with his marriage. No, you play with your own marriage, and you've been doing so. Let Yandy tell it. Years before, y'all and the Frost had an issue. Because remember, y'all been dealing with this back in 2023. Y'all dealt with it, but now other people playing on your marriage. No, you start playing first. And in all honesty, both of y'all start playing on y'all marriage the moment y'all sat up there and did a whole damn wedding in New York and lied to the people about y'all asses being married. Like, cut it the fuck out, okay? Mendices talks about Kirk being obsessed with his penis, and it's like all these other women are obsessed with your penis, for real. Let's be clear. Rashida and Ashley talk. They were throwing shade at each other all last season. Rashida looked at busted in confessionals. Ashley looked busted in confessionals. So they ain't got no choice but to let bygones be bygones, all right? Y'all both threw shade. It is what it is. Let's move on. Now, Bambi says that she didn't expect them to check Spice over her because she finally sits down with the Frost and talk. And I was like, but they very well could have checked her. Because I feel like if it was Rashida wasn't like nobody laughing at her. If it was about her musical stuff, she would feel away. So yeah, they could have naturally it was a little funny because it's like, damn, I wouldn't even expect you to say that. Like, how did you just come out with some stuff like that? But they could have told her, like, y'all, chill out. Don't even do Bambi like that. Like, you ain't even got to be like that. But it wasn't going to stop Spice from continuing to come on to go at your ass. It wasn't going to stop her. Now, Erica and Ashley, all right? Ashley's trying to get her breasts done. She also wants to get some filler in her face. And maybe she did get that filler in her face, and that's why she looked a bit different at the retreat. And also, this stuff could have been shot out of order, too. But anywho, yeah, so she's looking at getting her breasts done. She says that she said something about having a mommy body or something. I'm like, girl, nothing's wrong with a mommy body. But if you want to, like, get enhancements, it's your body. I mean, do what you're going to do. And now, what I will stay clear of is a BBL. Okay? Because the ladies have been dropping like flies. And then also, I feel like over time, it just don't be looking right. Now, some people may get some good ones or whatever, but over time, I just be looking like when I look at Erica Banks, right? And it may look real, but it's like, why would you want all of that? I don't even be want all my ass that I got. Okay? So why would you be want all of that? Well, that's what she said, child. Okay, that's what she wanted. That's what she got. Okay. Anywho, so Mama D steps up for Shakira. She decides to show up and be there for her because she knows Shakira don't got nobody. Shakira tells her how Scrap left her with the kids and went on a date. So it sounds like he left his and Bambi kids with Shakira while he went on a date with his other girl. Child, I don't know that woman. Don't leave my motherfucking kids with nobody for you to go on a date with. Somebody else. And any woman that's going on a date with you knowing you got your kids, I feel like she need to respect the time that you do got. You gonna have your children. So I don't know. I don't like that. But anyway, Jasmine walks in with Miss Charlene, right? I'm like, girl, what the hell going on? So it's Mama D, Scrappy's baby mama. Then you got Kirk's baby mama with Rashida mama. Now, Miss Charlene looked good in that confessional. I said, go ahead now. But she said that, she likes Jasmine. Jasmine said Miss Charlene is her road dog. I said, okay, this is another indicator. Now, I already made a note earlier on that Jasmine is going to wear Rashida down. And now that you hanging with Rashida mama, it's going to happen. It's probably going to happen in another season or so. We're going to learn about it. Now, Shakira says that she isn't with baby mama drama. You not. Now you say, I don't believe that. You're not with baby mama drama? I guess. But you are a baby mama that's full of drama, though. But you not with baby mama drama? Mama D admits that Scrappy is full of shit, y'all. Mama D, I feel like she may have said this before, but she's saying it. Scrappy is full of SHI, and she also is saying that she owes Bambi an apology. So I would like to see if she gonna give her that apology. Now, we see where Jasmine's friend Momo happens to be the baby mama to London on the Track. And I said, now, is this the one that Summer Walker was over there getting into it with at once upon a time when she was dating London on the Track, not thinking that was going to end up being her at some point? I guess, honey. Anywho, didn't know that. So when Shakira found that out, she was like, oh my God, I know London on the Track. I know London on the Track. And Mama D, I think she asked like who it was or something like that. And she said, well, he ain't Scrappy. He way more popular than Scrappy. Damn. I mean, the way she was shading Scrappy was crazy. But you're going to be trying to benefit off of the little fame that Scrappy does have, though. Oh, okay. Anyway, so let's see. Bambi and Ray, she talks about how he's not communicating as much as he was in the beginning. And when she does talk to him about it, it didn't seem like he had much of a response. It seems like he's going to continue that poor communication. It didn't seem like he was planning to make any efforts on changing his behavior. It was just like she did most of the talking. Okay. Jock's brother's children died in a fire, and it's super sad. He ended up being charged with negligence over that. And I need to know more details about what happened. I was like, was he high? Was he drunk? Come to find out, they did a toxicology report and everything was clean. So what happened that led to him being charged? Was he asleep and the kids went in there and cut the stove on or something and then the house caught on fire? Like, what happened? I thought he was trying to save the kids. How is it that he was in the home, he didn't die, but all three of the kids did? I'm just confused and just want more details. But yeah, that's a lot going on. Erica and her girlfriend, they're trying to figure out their situation. She's really happy with her, and at some point they want to be married, so we'll see how far that's gonna go. Ashley lets Zane know about the consultation. Y'all, Zane ass is not aging well at all. He looks a mess. He's not aging well at all. He might need to go have a consultation. He might need to go have a consultation himself, okay? So he's over there saying that because they're married, like, those are my breasts, that's my stomach, that's my, ain't none of this yours. Shut the hell up. Shut up, okay? Because you could be here today, dead tomorrow, and it's still gonna all be hers. Shut the hell up. But anyway, but he did ask her, who said something to her that made her want to change her body, or who is she comparing herself to? She says nobody and nobody. And I feel like she probably comparing herself to the women used to cheat on her with. Ain't no telling. Okay. Zane says because Erica went with her, it's like she hanging with the tight face crew and now she wants to change herself. And I don't know. I think it could also be something that she's always wanted to do, but she hasn't always had the money to do it. And now that she's on this show and she's making additional money, now she can finally make the alterations to her body that she's always wanted to make. That's what I think. Now, he says he's just trying to encourage her to love herself more. He wants, it also seems like he wants to have some input on her decision, or at least be heard about how he feels about her. But if she wants to do this, he also wants to be able to just support her as she moves forward in the decision. Because it looks like she may just be moving forward. We'll see. He talks about how he wants her to be safe at the end of the day. She said, yeah, I want you to be safe too, coming home from the strip club late at night, pockets full of money and all of that. Honey, that was a cackle. I said, and it's real funny that you asking her about changing herself, yet you're going to the strip club to watch these very women with fake titties and some with fake asses shaking that ass. Like, are you okay? So, anywho, that's that. We're trying to figure out what's gonna happen with Jock's brother and everything. I felt really bad for the baby mama, because with the baby mama, she was just really she was sad, She's just been hanging in there, losing her 3 kids. She said it's been really quiet, but it seems to be that she's in good spirits when it comes to the baby daddy. So we'll see what's going to play out with that. But that's all I got. I just wanted to come and give you guys a little piece. Leave your thoughts and comments about it down below. I'm JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one, honey. Bye.
Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agents. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim, on a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel the pool.